Madam Kawira Mwangaza should pack a luggage without forgetting the Ngita man and go home where she belongs. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I stand to support.
Thank you, Honorable Timothy. Honorable members, Honorable Akule from Kiwocho, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My name is Stephanie Gakule Nchebere. I represent the people of Kigocho Ward. I stand here to support the motion that Kawira Mwangaza, Her Excellency Kawira Mwangaza, should be impeached and go home. This is because I'm very conversant with the government works. Since the institution of this government, I don't remember any Mbondirumu meeting that she has ever convened. She has never convened any leaders meeting. I don't think whether she knows all the department ends in Meru County, because that is part of governance. And because there has been no project implementations in Meru, there has been no formulation of policies that we should follow in Meru. We stand to understand that there is no work going on in Meru. Therefore, my request to my fellow MCAs and the people of Meru, we recommend that Honorable Kawira should go home. We shall not live to praise the heart, to praise the beyond of the man. We shall not live to praise useless things in the sense of working. So I'm here to support the motion that Kawira should go home.
Thank you, Honorable Akure. Honorable Burgo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For the purpose of record, I'm Frederick Burugo, representing the people of Wantamboi Ward. Mr. Speaker, today is a great day that we have come to rescue the county of Meru from the hands of an incompetent governor who has displayed herself in a manner that has rendered the county to great loss. Mr. Speaker, the governor, where people rose up on the 9th of August, had much expectations. But at the end of it all, it has turned to be a liability to the people of Meru. And in the course, Mr. Speaker, their hope is already out of order. My good people of Meru are now in desperation, whereas the expectation was that immediately after election, they would see a continuity in their county, of which now has turned against their wish. And at present, what we can see is a master of vulgar language and a master of incompetence at purporting to be serving the people of Meru County as a great governor. Mr. Speaker, I may say the best we can offer and give to Kawira is to give her a chance to go home. And in the essence, Mr. Speaker, I would urge my fellow honorable members, when Kawira comes seeking an application for a theatric and a drama queen within any media house, I beg your support so that at the end of it all, she can perform the duty she is best in, and we shall offer her our best so that she can perform her duty. In that case, Mr. Speaker, on this matter, I think we should rest kawira and have time to perform other duties. Then we get someone who will have an opportunity to demonstrate competence, one who will be consultative, one who will be cooperative, one who will be visionary, and one who will be courteous to the people of Meru. Mr. Speaker, I hope in the course we shall get one who will be ready and willing to serve the people of Meru other than the theatric governor that we have today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to support.
Thank you, Honorable Nkonja. Honorable Nkonja. Antoveto Tiongo.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to the motion. I'm Kunja Mahore, representing the people of Antobetwe. Mr. Speaker, allow me to categorically tell the people of Meru that this honorable house is the high of the government, and the government is the people who we represent. Her Excellency Governor Kawira Mwangaza was elected to carry out some mandates, that is taking development to the world level, but she has forgotten that going rounds around the county, flattering her husband, beard, and guitars, instead of engaging the investors and agreeing on how they can come to Meru County and start manufacturing industries to create employment for the youths who are jobless. With this honorable house, I think it is in order to support this motion. And this reminds me of us philosopher, that is Mahatma Gandhi, who, during his research and the working experiences he had, came up with 7 blunders of the world. And in this case, I'm interested on only 2. The one which is politics without principles, and the other one is worship without sacrifice. Her Excellency, the Governor Kawira Mwangaza, the appointments she has been doing, illegal appointments, and even whatever we have seen are doing, that one has shown us that she lacks the simple basic of management, the simple basic governance skills. This is why she has gone, even in some ones, to pick the people who are not elected by the people to represent the electorates, and they were not even given the mandate. We, the electorate, the honorable members who were given the powers by the people to represent them, we have been reduced to village elders without powers. And with that, I rest my case by complying to the directives given by the people of Antobetwe that I should support the impeachment of our Excellency, the Governor Kawira Mwangaza, for the development to reach Antobetwe Kiongo.
Thank you, honorable members. All members, you can agree with me. What we are doing is a repetition. And surely, if you allow me, I'll just give only one Honorable Ken, the learned friend that we have in this house. He makes remarks then and give further direction on that. Please, Honorable Kambura, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. For records purposes, my name is Kennedy Maingi Mutweri, specially elected by Jubilee to represent the youth. Mr. Speaker, what we have today in the House is a question of impeachment. It is a debate on willful and premeditated abuse of office by our governor. And I hope that we proceed with the debate. It also becomes a lesson to the current and future leaders of this county that when you are elected, you don't go into a vacuum. You don't go into an utopia. You join a government with set systems. All you have to do is serve the people. As a colleague mentioned, as a honorable member mentioned, yes, sir, we represent the sovereign. The sovereign are the people. At the ballot, what people do on the voting day is they surrender their rights to the members of the county assembly at the county level and members of the parliament at the national level. Mr. Speaker, Article 38 of our Constitution talks of political rights. It also touches, and I also like to refer to the motion of impeachment, that is ground number 2. We have a situation whereby the governor has usurped every other law in this county and decided he can appoint who is an MCA, who delivers projects. Mr. Speaker, this is not a choice. When people go to the voting, is not just a formality. It is their fundamental right. And those who are elected, Mr. Speaker, are supposed to represent and speak for those who voted for them. At the point where, Mr. Speaker, you even attempt to limit a member who has been elected, that is already mutilating the political rights of the electorates. Mr. Speaker, previously we have had attempts to seek peace with the executive. I believe there have been efforts in futility for one reason: insincerity, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the House...
Honorable Ken,
yes,
please make your conclusion remarks.
I yield my time, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Ken. Honorable Njuki, 2 minutes, please.
I was very desperate for this opportunity, and I was praying that you catch my eye. Thank you very much. My name is Joki, representing the good and great people of Mwangaza, and also elected through the bus ticket, the Revolution Empowerment Party, and the minority deputy whip of the party. Mr. Speaker, I want to bring my contributions on a very, very serious note. When we look at our governor, the world, the scholars, and even members of this assembly who are in school should take this one seriously as a standing case. A standing case where a governor representing 45 ones sit in an office for less than 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes, Mr. Speaker. And she gets out of the office, goes around once, appointing people on the loans. Mr. Speaker, is as serious as I'm saying that a whole governor stands in front of people when other governors are giving directives, are giving economical directions to their people. Our governor stands and praises Murega. Mr. Speaker, as I went up, I want to say that it is only the governor of Meru County, Kawira Mwangaza, who appoints a volunteer. And I wonder where a volunteer has ever been appointed in the name of Murega Bachu. Appoints a volunteer, gives him a department that is worth hundreds of millions. Mr. Speaker, this is completely abnormal. Because of time, I may not say all that I had. I wish you catched my eye from the time I started raising up my hands. But thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I've listened my hand more than 100 times.
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you very much.
But I appreciate that you have spoken.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Kidenji, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. For the purpose of record, I'm Felix Kithenji Murigi, aka Ntuo, representing the great people of Ruiru Rorera. I arise to support the motion of impeaching Kawira Mwangaza. To my finest, Mr. Speaker, when I retire to politics, I intend to be a bishop. But today, I'm supporting the motion of impeaching my colleague because she is unable to accommodate other leaders in her leadership. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, in order to bring sanity and good governance in Meru County, Kawira Mwangaza must go. I support the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Kithenji. Honorable Makasi, please, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Makasi is my name. Martin is the other name. I represent the people of Kwene. First, I thank God for this moment in this honorable house as I stand to support the motion. Kawira has been a true friend of mine for years, but on this one, I think she has lost it. I wish to thank members of this honorable house who have put in some effort in an attempt to help her through advice, including you, Honorable Speaker, including a colleague like Honorable Muna Jospat, Honorable Mbirigi. But, Honorable Speaker, it has not worked. And now it has come to a time when she has to go. When there was fracas, when she attempted to force her way into the assembly, it's important for me to know, to notify the members that I lost the windscreen on my car, which cost me around 11,000. Money I paid from my pocket, and it really pained me, on the Speaker. And then we were told that we were throwing stones, which was not true. It is also important, Honorable Speaker, to make this county and the people of Meru know that in the next few months, we might be at a standstill because even donors have withdrawn their support to this county because we cannot keep up with the process of the budget. So we should expect under times in a few days' time. As I finish, Honorable Speaker, Bob Marley sang and said, you can fool some people sometime, but you cannot fool people all the time. With those few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I support the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Makasi. Honorable Mutea, 2 minutes, please. Sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Douglas Mutea, representing the great people of Aboduguchi Central. I stand to support the motion, Mr. Speaker. There is a saying which says, if you see a person treats you badly, then that person has something wrong, because you can't get a normal human being going around destroying every person or any person who is close to the common mwananchi who is normal. The only thing I can advise our honorable governor, after this impeachment, she has to go for psychiatric review. Number 2, our governor is a pathological, manipulative liar. She has gone around the Meru County, intimidating people against honorable members, which is against the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012. So I support the impeachment of Governor Kawira Mwangaza, and she has to go home. Thank you, Honorable DMK, for this motion.
Thank you, Honorable Mokoronia. Please. Please use the microphone.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My name is Mokoronian Daniel, representing the great people of Impeached, and I stand to support the motion. Due to the incompetence of the Honorable Governor, according to how he manages our work, when you see her, I think She wouldn't manage anything in Meru County as well. Because when you see her with the pipes, giving each person a pipe, you'll wonder whether they are straws. Because where she gives the pipes, there is no water. The other thing is that you'll never trust her. She can't tell you the truth or tell you something that she will fulfill. That's why I stand to support the motion, and I say Kawira must go.
Thank you, Honorable Mukoronia. Then, honorable members, if you allow me this juncture, please let me give other directions. Is it okay with you? Yes, thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, as initially directed and before I call upon the mover to reply to the debate, standing under number 693, provides that when the Speaker is satisfied that the motion has been adequately debated, the Speaker shall call upon the person who is being removed from office to answer issues raised in the debate, and thereafter call upon the mover of the motion to reply. At this juncture, if the governor is still not present, and I can't see her, then unfortunately, the governor will cancel, for the governor is not present before the House, and I therefore call upon the mover of the motion, Honorable Dennis Kiogora, DMK, to reply. Honorable DMK Kiogora, please take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to use the debate table to...
Please do. Please do.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I want to thank the honorable members of this House for ventilating on this motion and for the great support that the honorable members of this House have given this motion. And Mr. Speaker, I want to thank all the members for the patience that they have exhibited, despite the fact that the first motion that was introduced to the House was quashed by the court, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, the letter that even was read by the Honorable Speaker in this House from the governor's lawyers, that letter is null and void ab initio, because the orders that were issued on 30th November were specific to the motion of 30th November, not to this motion that we have here today. These are different motion. The one that was quashed disappeared. So, Mr. Speaker, there is no way it could be the motion that the letter the lawyer is purporting to have been addressing. And there is no letter from any lawyer that can give a governor or the president immunity against impeachment by this House or Parliament. There is no letter that can overrule the Constitution of Kenya, particularly the provisions of Article 181 that provide for the procedures of the impeachment of the governor and the requirement for the impeachment of the governor. There are no protections that can be given by any letter written by anybody or by any directions that the lawyer is purporting to have come from the court. There is no court that can give an order that an order of a court cannot supersede, Mr. Speaker, the provisions of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, the members of this Honorable House have every legal backing to debate this motion, Mr. Speaker, and to vote on it. And if I can jog the members of this House memories, 10 years ago, Mr. Speaker, the then Deputy Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Dr. Nancy Balaza, who has taught me some law in Parklands, Mr. Speaker, resigned from office because she had a small altercation with a watchman at a shopping mall in Nairobi, Mr. Speaker, and a quote came from that altercation whereby the Deputy Chief Justice, Mr. Speaker, told the lady, you should know people. And just because of that simple act of saying you should know people, she was removed from office. Mr. Speaker, we have demonstrated in this House through this motion various misdoings and various misdoings that the governor has committed by breaking the law, the Constitution, national laws, county laws, Mr. Speaker, which supersede the little act that, if you compare the acts of our governor and the acts of the Deputy Chief Justice Nancy Baraza, Mr. Speaker, what the Deputy Chief Justice did was child's play. It is a small thing, Mr. Speaker. Yet, she was removed from office by the established mechanisms of the Constitution, Mr. A tribunal was formed. She took the report of the tribunal to the Supreme Court, to her colleagues, to review it, and they were unable to help her. She had to go. Mr. Speaker, in 1989, some of us in this assembly were not born. There was a vice president of this country known as Dr. Josephat Karanja. He resigned from office, Mr. Speaker, because Parliament was about to pass a vote of no confidence on him, because he had required the then Embakasi Member of Parliament, one David Mwenje, to kneel before him to make his request, Mr. Speaker. If the Vice President of Kenya many years ago could be removed from office because of requiring an MP to kneel before him, how about a governor who requires an MCA to apologize for reasons unknown, Mr. Speaker? How unaccountable can someone be if we let her go with all these misdeeds that she has committed, Mr. Speaker? Why should we look the other side, Mr. Speaker? When she is doing them and the following day she does them, when is she going to stop, Mr. Speaker, if this House does not hold her to account? Therefore, in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, to address the lawlessness that has been exhibited by the Kawira Mwangaza government, Mr. Speaker, I beg this House to vote yes to the impeachment motion, and Kawira must go. To redress the nurses who have been denied a chance for promotion because she has appealed the decision to award them promotions, Mr. Speaker, Kawira must go. To stop the illegal roadside appointments in Meru County, Mr. Speaker, that we have seen in this motion, Kawira must go. To stop the vilification of leaders in Meru County, Mr. Speaker, Kawira must go. To bring unity that the governor is talking about, Mr. Speaker, there cannot be unity with Kawira, Mr. Speaker. To bring unity, Kawira must go first. To restore Meru County, Mr. Speaker, to its former glory, Mr. Speaker, where Meru County is respected, Mr. Speaker, Kawira needs to go. To redress the honorable members of this House, Mr. Speaker, who have been abused, Mr. Speaker, who have been called cartels, Mr. Speaker, who have been called thieves, Mr. Speaker, who have been told that they are looking for something to eat, Mr. Speaker, when they call for accountability, Mr. Speaker, who have been called foxes, Mr. Speaker, by our able governor, Mr. Speaker. To redress them, Mr. Speaker, and to heal their pain, Mr. Speaker, Kawira must go. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude my remarks before this House, Mr. Speaker, and moving the motion on impeachment, I urge this honorable House, by looking at even the contributions of members of public from the public participation forums that were held yesterday, Mr. Speaker, the foregoing evidence that has been attached to this motion, Mr. Speaker, to vote yes, Mr. Speaker, to the impeachment of Meru Governor, one Honorable Bishop Kawira Mwangaza. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable DMK. And this juncture, the mover having replied on the contribution that has been made on the floor of the House. Now, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 54.2, I now put the question, which is, whereas Article 10 of the Constitution, Section 3, and 16 of the Leadership Integrity Act 2012, the Leadership Act, and Section 9, 10, and 12 of the Public Officers Act 2003 establish, among others, the rule of law, democracy, human dignity, courtesy, respect, social justice, inclusiveness, equality, human rights, probity, professionalism, non-discrimination, protection of the marginalized, good governance, transparency, and accountability as part of the national values and principles of governance. Articles 10, 7.3 and 7.5 of the Constitution require state officers at all times, whether in public or private life, to behave in a manner that, among other things, brings honor to the nation and dignity to the office that a state officer owns. 1, ensures decisions are not influenced by nepotism, favoritism, or any other improper motives. 3, demonstrate discipline and commitment in service to the people. And 4, avoids demeaning the office that is a state officer owns. Article 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, and Section 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Government Act 2012, the County Government Act, provide for the values and the principles of public service and establish an elaborate framework for the establishment of county public offices and the recruitment, employment, and dismissal of county public officers. Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Government Act, and the Standing Order number 65 of the Standing Orders of the County of the Assembly provides for the impeachment of county governors for, among other things, 1, gross violation of the Constitution, 2, gross violation of any other law, 3, abuse of office, and 4, gross misconduct. The governor has engaged in multiple and discreditable acts that severally and collectively amount to 1, gross violation of the Constitution, 2, gross violation of various national and county laws, 3, abuse of office, and 4, gross misconduct. The discreditable act have expressed the office of the governor, the assembly and its leadership, and the people of Meru County embarrassment, ridicule, and disrepute. Discreditable acts have created a toxic environment in which the governor cannot be legitimately expected or relied upon to work harmoniously with staff and elected leaders at the national and the county levels of government. And the governor's continued stay in office under the prevailing toxic environment will inevitably undermine effective and efficient service delivery and thus at the interests of the people of the county. The Assembly resolves to impeach the governor under Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 3.3 of the County Government Act, and Standing Order 65 of the Standing Orders of the Assembly on the following grounds: nepotism, illegal appointments, and of dismissal, and usurpation of the constitutional and the statutory functions of county organs. Appointment of husband to county offices. On or around 30 September 2022, the governor engaged in 1, gross misconduct, 2, grossly violated Articles 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, 3, grossly violated Section 17 of the Public Officer Ethics Act, 4, grossly violated Section 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Government Act, and 5, grossly violated Section 6 and 11 of the Meru County Youth Service Act 2018, and grossly violated Section 4 of the Public Appointment County Assemblies Approval Act 2017 by A, appointing a husband to the non-existent position of the patron of the Meru Youth Service before conducting a transparent and competitive recruitment process. B, appointing a husband to be
appointing a husband to the non-existent position of the meru as well as ambassador before conducting a transparent and competitive recruitment process. C, disregarding the criteria for the establishment of offices within the county public service. D, failing to submit a husband's name for approval by the assembly before making the unpunched appointment. E, the appointing Rufus Milita as the county secretary without the approval of the assembly. F, appointing the foreign and qualified persons to hold county offices without undertaking a transparent and competitive recruitment process. 1, Munene Samaritan as Director of Special Programs. 2, Ernest Mutembei as Director Monitoring and Evaluation. 3, Enere Mzungu as Director of Administration. And 4, Hilary Sandi as Director of Communication. G, usurping or thrashing the constitutional and statutory functions of 1, the Assembly, 2, the Meru County Public Service Board, and 3, the Meru County Youth Service Board. Evidence of the governor: 1, gross misconduct, gross violation of Articles 10, 232, 235, 236 of the Constitution, gross violation of Section 17 of the Public Offices Act, 4, gross violation of sections 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Government Act. 5, gross violation of section 6 and 11 of the Meru County Youth Service Act 2018, and gross violation of section 4 of the Public Appointment County Assembly Approval Act 2017 is set in the videos saved as Annex 2, appointment of husband, Annex 3, appointment of Rufus Militi, and Annex 4, appointment of Hilary Sandi in the first disc presented here with the transcript. Translations of these videos are attached as Annex 2A, Annex 3A, Annex 4A to the affidavit sworn by Dennis Tiahura and MK on 21st November 2022 in support of this motion. The affidavit in support of the motion, further evidence is in the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission data dated 19th October 2022 and a screenshot from the governor's Facebook page, respectively attached as Annex 5 and Annex 5A to the affidavit in support of the motion, round signed appointment of county workers at Timau. On or around 22nd September 2022, the governor grossly violated A, Articles 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, and grossly violated Section 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and the 65 of the County Government Act by A, appointing firefighters at a public gallery at Timau in misguided and unsweetenable populism before conducting a transparent and competitive recruitment process. B, subjecting potential applicants for any county jobs to public humiliation by converting the crowd at the public gallery as the advertising, recruiting, shortlisting, and appointing authority. And C, usurping and trashing exclusive constitutional and statutory mandate and the functions of the Meru County Public Service Board. Evidence of the governors: 1, gross violation of Articles 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, and 2, gross violation of Section 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Government Act is set in the video and is saved as Annex 6 in the first disc presented here with. The transcript translation of the video is attached as Annex 6A to the affidavit to the motion. Round signed appointment of county workers at Nkobo. On or around 9th September 2022, the governor engaged in 1, gross misconduct, 2, gross violation of Articles 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, and 3, gross violation of Section 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and the 65 of the County Government Act by A, appointing market guns at a public gallery at Nkobo in misguided and unsustainable populism before conducting a transparent and competitive recruitment process, and B, usurping exclusive constitutional and statutory functions and mandate of the Meru County Public Service Board. Evidence of the governors: 1, gross misconduct; 2, gross violation of articles of 1, Article 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, and 3, gross violation of Section 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Government Act is set in the video saved as Annex 7 in the first disc. Presented herewith, the transcript translation of the video is attached as Annex 7 to the affidavit in support of the motion. Road-side appointment of county workers at Kianjai. On 9th September 2022, the governor engaged in 1, gross misconduct; 2, gross violation of Articles 10, 232, 235, 236 of the Constitution, and 3, gross violation of Section 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Government Act by A, illegally directing one and sub-county administrators to employ sweepers and market guns at a public area at Kianjai in misguided and unsustainable populism before conducting a transparent and competitive recruitment process, and B, directing one and sub-county administrators to usurp exclusive constitutional and statutory functions and mandates of the Meru County Public Service Board. Evidence of the governors: 1, gross misconduct; 2, gross violation of Articles 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, and 3, gross violation of Sections 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Government Act is set in the video saved as Annex 8 in the first disc presented herewith. The transcript translation of the video is attached as Annex 8A to the affidavit in support of the motion. Illegal Committee on the Meru Municipality. On or around 21st October 2022, the governor: 1, grossly violated Articles 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution; 2, grossly violated Section 12, 14, 15, and 20 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act; and 3, grossly violated the charter establishing the Meru Municipality by A, illegally appointing a committee to manage Meru Municipality affairs at a public area at Kinoru, yet the function is vested in the Meru Municipal Board. B, directing the aforesaid illegal committee to usurp the functions of the Meru Municipal Board. C, usurping the functions of the Meru County Public Service Board. D, trashing the procedures for the appointment of county public officers. And E, spewing the hate speech against the G4S company. Evidence of the governors: 1, gross violation of Articles 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, and 3, gross violation of Section 12, 14, 15, and 20 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act is set in the video saved as Annex 9 in the first disc presented herewith. The transcript translation of the video is attached as Annex 9A to the affidavit in support of the motion. Incitement, bullying, vilification, and misleading campaigns against other leaders. The governor has: 1, grossly violated Article 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution; 2, grossly violated Section 19 of the Public Office Act; 3, grossly violated Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act; and 4, repeatedly engaged in gross misconduct by A, owning public vilification, incitement, and humiliation rallies against members of the County Assembly and other elected leaders; B, falsely accusing members of the Assembly and other elected leaders of cartelism, blackmail, greed, corruption, and intimidation; C, owning public vilification and incitement rallies against the Catholic Church and the Catholic clergy; and D, inciting the public against the members of the Assembly and other elected leaders, well knowing that church conduct can easily trigger violent reactions and pose serious breaches of the peace. Evidence of specific illustrative examples of the governance, verification, and incitement campaigns against members of the Assembly and other elected leaders are outlined in paragraphs 7 to 12 below. Humiliation of the minority leader. On or around 24th October 2022, the governor, 1, grossly violated Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution, 2, grossly violated Section 19 of the Public Officer Ethics Act, 3, grossly violated Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act, and 4, engaged in gross misconduct by A, bullying and inciting the public against the minority leader and the member of Assembly for Akidi 1 under Mwenda Idiri. The minority leader at a public rally held at Mweronkanga. B, requiring the minority leader to make a public apology for unknown and disclosed wrongs at the public rally held at Mweronkanga. C, voluntarily grabbing a microphone from the minority leader at the public rally held at Mweronkanga. D, offering to protect the minority leader against the Speaker of the Assembly from unknown and undisclosed dangers. And E, falsely accusing the members of the Assembly and other elected leaders of catharism, blackmail, greed, corruption, and intimidation. Evidence of the governors: 1, gross violation of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, gross violation of Section 19 of the Public Officer Act. 3, gross violation of Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. And 4, gross misconduct is set in the video saved as Annex 11 in the first disc presented herewith. The transcript stroke translation of the video is attached as Annex 11A to the affidavit in support of the motion. Verification of minority whip and other leaders. On or around 25th October 2022, the governor, 1, grossly violated Article 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, grossly violated Section 19 of the Public Officers Ethics Act. 3, grossly violated Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. And 4, engaged in gross misconduct by A, inciting the people against the minority whip and the member of Assembly for Bogota West Ward, Honorable Dennis GMK, the minority whip at a public rally held at Ngongo in Abogeta West 1. B, falsely accusing the minority whip of stoning R. And C, falsely accusing the member of the Assembly and other elected leaders of catharism, blackmail, greed, corruption, and intimidation. Evidence of the governors: 1, gross violation of Article 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, gross violation of Section 19 of the Public Officers Ethics Act. Gross violation of Section 29 and 34 of Leadership and Integrity Act. And 4, gross misconduct is set in the video saved as Annex 12 in the first disc presented herewith. The transcription and the translation of the video is attached as Annex 12A to the affidavit in support of the motion. Verification of the Senator of Meru County. On or on 12 September 2022, the governor, 1, grossly violated Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, grossly violated Section 19 of the Public Officers Act. 3, grossly violated Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. And 4, engaged in gross misconduct by A, inciting the people against the Senator of Meru County, Honorable Kaduli Murungi, at a public rally held at Lare in Tunene Ward. B, falsely accusing the senator of demanding a chair of county government appointment. C, falsely accusing the senator of antagonizing and creating a wedge between the governor and the president of the Republic of Kenya. And D, falsely accusing the senator of catharism, blackmail, greed, corruption, and intimidation. Evidence of the governors: gross violation of Article 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, gross violation of Section 19 of the Public Officers Act. 3, gross violation of Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. And 4, gross misconduct is set in the videos saved as Annex 13 in the first disc, presented herewith. A transcript stroke translation of the video is attached as Annex 13A to the affidavit supporting the motion. Verification of the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture. On or on 12 September 2022, the governor, 1, grossly violating Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, grossly violating Section 19 of the Public Officers Ethics Act. 3, grossly violating Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership Integrity Act. And engaged, and number 4, engaged in gross misconduct by A, bullying and inciting the people against the Cabinet Secretary Franklin Mithika at a public kilare on that tilare in Intunene wound. B, falsely accusing the Cabinet Secretary of demanding a share of county government appointments. C, falsely accusing the Cabinet Secretary of antagonizing and creating a wedge between her and the President of the Republic of Kenya. And D, falsely accusing the Cabinet Secretary of catharism, blackmail, greed, corruption, and intimidation. Evidence of the governors. 1, gross violation of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, gross violation of Section 19 of the Public Officer Ethics Act. 3, gross violation of Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership Integrity Act. And 4, gross misconduct is set in the video saved as Annex 13 in the first disc presented herewith. A transcript stroke translation of the video is attached as Annex 13A to the affidavit supporting the motion. Verification of the MP for Tigania East constituency. On or around November 9th November 2022, the governor and the husband, 1, grossly violating Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, grossly violating Section 19 of Public Officers Ethics Act. 3, grossly violating Section 29 and 34 Leadership Integrity Act. And 4, engaged in gross misconduct by A, inciting the people against the Member of Parliament for Tigania East constituency under Mporo at a public rally held at Mbaranga in Karama Ward. B, falsely accusing the MP for Tigania East of demanding that the governor appoint the MP's wife as a county executive committee member. C, falsely accusing the MP for Tigania East of demanding that the governor pre-qualifies a store of companies for the award of county tenders. D, falsely accusing the MP for Tigania East presenting fake pending bills for payment by the county government. And E, falsely accusing the MP for Tigania East of catharism, blackmail, greed, corruption, and intimidation. Evidence the governors and the husband. 1, gross violation of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, gross violation of Section 19 of the Public Officer Ethics Act. 3, gross violation of Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership Integrity Act. And 4, gross misconduct is set in the video saved as Annex 14 in the first disc, presented herewith. The transcript and translation of the video is attached as Annex 14A to the affidavit in support of the motion. Verification of the Catholic Church and the Kiranchi. On or around 17th October 2022, the Governor 1, grossly violating Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, grossly violating Section 19 of the Public Officers Ethics Act. 3, grossly violating Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. And 4, engaged in gross misconduct by A, inciting the public against the Roman Catholic Church and the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Meru, Mr. Salesius Mugambi, at a public rally held at the former Igoji Boys Secondary School. B, falsely accusing the Catholic Church of grabbing public land. C, falsely accusing the Catholic Church of catharism, blackmail, greed, corruption, and intimidation. D, conducting a mock prayer to demean and humiliate the Catholic Church and the Catholic clergy. And E, inciting the people against religious leaders while knowing that church conduct can easily trigger violence, reactions, and pose a serious breach of the peace. Evidence of the governors. 1, gross violation of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution. 2, gross violation of Section 19 of the Public Officer Ethics Act. 3, gross violation of Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. And 4, gross misconduct is set in the video saved as Annex 15 in the first disc presented herewith. Transcript and translation of the video is attached as Annex 15A to the affidavit in support of the motion. forceful entry into the assembly, presence and the mobilization of unlawful riot against members of the assembly. On or around 19th October 2022, the governor and her husband, one, grossly violating Articles 10, 73 and 75 of the Constitution, two, grossly violating Section 5 and 7 of the County Assembly's Powers and Privileges Act 2017, and three, engaged in gross misconduct by A, forcibly entering the presence of the Assembly, B, forcibly accusing members of the Assembly and other elected leaders of cartelism, blackmail, greed, corruption, and intimidation, C, organizing a violent demonstration against the members of the Assembly at the Assembly presence, and D, addressing a riotous crowd at the presence of the Assembly. Evidence on governors and husband: one, gross violation of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution; two, gross violation of Section 5 and 7 of the County Assembly's Powers and Privileges Act 2017; and three, gross misconduct is set in the video saved as Annex 16. Transcripts and Annex 17 in the first disc presented herewith. The transcript / translation of the videos are attached as Annex 16A and Annex 17A to the affidavit in support of the motion. Violation of public finance management laws. On around 6 September 2022, the governor, one, grossly violated Articles 201 and 207, 1 of the Constitution; 2, grossly violated Section 109(2) and 159 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012; 3, grossly violated Section 12 and 14 of the Public Office Ethics Act; 4, grossly violated Section 16 and 35 of the Leadership Integrity Act; 5, engaged in gross misconduct; and 6, engaged in gross abuse of office by A, directing the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital to spend all the revenue at source, whereas all monies leased or received by or earned by the county should be paid into the county revenue fund. B, issuing waivers on fees at the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital, whereas the county executive committee member for finance is the only person legally empowered to grant church waivers. And C, directing county government officers to participate in furthering and advancing the interests of Ita TV, a media station owned by Mwangaza Advertiser Limited, a private company owned by the governor through our close relatives as proxies. Evidence of the governor's: 1, gross violation of Articles 201 and 207, 1 of the Constitution; 2, gross violation of Section 109(2) and 159 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012; 3, gross violation of Section 12 and 24 of the Public Office Ethics Act; 4, gross violation of Section 16 and 35 of the Leadership Integrity Act; 5, gross misconduct; and 6, gross abuse of office is set in the video saved as Annex 18 in the first disc presented herewith. A transcript / translation of the video is attached as Annex 18A to the affidavit supporting the motion. Further evidence is in the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, letter dated 19 October 2022, and the document attached as Annex 18B and Annex 18C to the affidavit in support of the motion. Misconduct relating to the nomination of CECs. On or around 8 November 2022, the governor engaged in 1, gross misconduct; 2, grossly violating Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution; 3, grossly violating Section 10(1) of the Public Appointment County Assemblies Approval Act 2017; and 4, grossly violating Section 3, 4, 10, and 11 of the Meru County Detention Enhancement Fund Act 2016 by A, verifying members of the Assembly for refusing to approve some county executive CEC nominee at a public rally held at Kiangwa in Igoji West. B, falsely accusing members of the Assembly of changing custom chain and other nominees for appointment to the CEC. C, illegally instructing custom chain to usurp the statutory functions of the Igoji West One Retention Enhancement Fund Committee by identifying the persons that would benefit from county bursary funds. D, failing to submit names of the other candidates to the county assembly for approval for appointment the CEC after the assembly injected some nominees. E, the organizing and government to 6 departments and 3 CEC members after the injection of some nominees instead of submitting names of other candidates to the county assembly for approval. And F, swearing to appoint to a government and actively work with the rules of the 2022 county elections instead of the newly elected MCAs to steer Lagos within the assembly. Evidence of the governor 1, gross misconduct, 2, gross violation of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution, and 3, gross violation of Section 10(1) of the Public Appointment County Assemblies Approval Act 2017 is set in the video saved as Annex 19 and Annex 20 in the flash disk presented herewith. The transcripts of the videos are attached as Annex 19A and Annex 20A to the affidavit in support of the motion. Honourable members, this brings a question that has ratio of a vote by 2/3 of the members. That is 69. Honourable members of this House, voting will be done through roll call. Voting where honourable members will be called in alphabetical order, and when so called a member will declare from where he or she sits that either I vote aye or I vote nay or I abstain. I now therefore call upon the sergeant at arms to ring the division bell for a period not exceeding 10 minutes. Yes, Leader Majority.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm raising on a point of order that pursuant to standing order number 31(3), this Honorable Assembly extends its sitting time from 6:30 p.m. until such a time when the business of the day will be done, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this is necessary because we are entering now the voting phase. And in case, Honorable Speaker, in case our time elapses, which should be elapsed at 6:30 p.m., maybe the members who might not have taken their vote. Therefore, it is necessary that we extend time, Honorable Speaker. And I wish to invite Honorable Ali to second the motion.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Leader Majority. Please, Honorable Ali, take the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. I stand to second the motion on extension of time. As we near the most critical part of this motion, voting, so I stand to second.
Thank you, Honorable Mwendari, the Deputy Speaker. Pursuant the provisions of Standing Order number 54(1), I now propose the question which says that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 1(3) of this Honorable Assembly extends its sitting time from 6:30 p.m. until the County Assembly is done transacting the business before it. And the question has been put, then any member wishing to contribute can catch the speaker's eye. Yes, Honorable Aurelio Murangiri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I stand to support the motion by the majority leader. Due to the magnitude of the issue at hand, I think we should extend the time for this sitting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Aurelio Murangiri, and honorable members, please be guided that when the bell is ringing, no member is supposed to move out. You can only get in, but you can't get out. Any other contribution of the same? Yes, Honorable Ereja Kemavi.
Okay, thank
From
you,
the-
Mr. Speaker.
from the Angada ward.
I'm Waleja Kimathi, representing the people of Angada. I supported the motion for the extension of the time to 6:30. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable member, the motion is to extend the sitting from 6:30 up to when the House finishes the business. Please be clear. Please be clear.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the correction. I supported the motion that we extend from 6:30 until we finish the service.
Very correct. Thank you, honorable member. Any other member wishing to contribute on that? Then, yes, Honorable Kidinji, Aroide Rolera. Yes, Kidinji, take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My name is Felix Kithinji, Urigi, representing the great people of Riru Arera. I beg to support. We extend the time. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other contribution? Then, being there are no contribution, then I call upon the mover to reply. Honorable Leader Majority, please take the floor. Thank you, the Leader Majority. Pursuant the provisions of Standing Order number 54-2, I now put the question, which is that pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 31-3, this Honorable Assembly extends its sitting time from 6:30 p.m. until the County Assembly is done transacting the business before it. We will, as many of our similar opinion, say aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it and the motion is passed. Thank you. Clerk, can we continue? Thank you, honour members. You know, we have to wait until they finish ringing the bell, then we can take the next item.
Thank you, honourable members. I now give the following directions that honourable members. We will now commence voting. Clerk, please take the vote. Honourable Agnes Karemi Wantai.
I vote yes.
Honorable Ali Mwenda Murungi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Aurelia Murangiri Kiramana. Honorable.
Please put off the mic, Honorable Lady Murangiri.
Honorable Benson Mwenda Kirinya. Honorable Caleb Mutedia Kibuko. Honorable Catherine Kamathi Jeremiah. Honorable Daniel Mokoronia Mekwa. Honorable Dennis Kiogoran DMK. Honorable Doris Gaki Nkonge. Honorable Dangras Mutea. Honorable Duncan Kangana Mereti.
I vote yes.
Honorable Edith McKenna Mugaine.
I vote yes.
Honorable Elijah Peter Kimathi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Evans Mawera Karia.
For the sake of the people of Mitungo, I vote yes.
Honorable Faith Kanan Kome.
I vote yes.
Honorable Felix Kidengi Murigi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Frederick Mburugo Kuchiana.
I vote yes.
Honorable Frederick Mubishi Kirema.
I vote yes.
Honorable Frinda Naitoge Tobu.
I vote yes.
Honorable Gasheri Muthoni Mudhuri.
Napiga ndio.
Honorable Godwin Mutembe Mbiuki.
I vote yes.
Honorable Grace Kambura Thuranera. Honorable Henry Thuranera.
Please, clerk. Honorable clerk, please let's have a repeat of Grace Kambura, and please use the microphone. Use the mic.
I vote strongly yes.
Yes, clerk, let's continue.
Honorable Henry Thuranera.
I vote yes with the capital letter.
Honorable Irene McKenna.
I vote yes.
Honorable Jacob Murigi Muthuri.
I vote yes.
Honorable James Mugambi Mungathia.
I vote yes.
Honorable Jane Rose Ngutamate.
I vote yes.
Honorable Jennifer McKenna Morogocho.
I vote yes.
Honorable Jim Muchoi Domiano.
Honorable
Dionisio, sorry.
Dionisio, yes.
I vote yes. Honorable John Kithenje Daiba. Absent. Honorable John Muhuna Duranera.
On behalf of people of Mbeu, I vote yes.
Honorable Joseph Mao Renkunya.
I vote yes.
Honorable Joseph Mwenda Ideri.
On behalf of the people of Akithe, I vote yes.
Honorable Joseph Njoke Mugambi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Josephat Barrio Tomwaidia.
I vote yes.
Honorable Josephat Mugambi.
I vote the bill yes.
Honorable Julius Kabera Mbao.
I vote yes.
Honorable Julius Mereti.
Kwa niaba ya watu wa Mawandi ya Mikidori napiga ndio.
Honorable Kawira Dawson.
I vote yes.
Honorable Karemi Kelengo.
I vote yes.
Honorable Ken Mugambi Naibae Igweta.
I vote yes.
Honorable Kenneth Mainge Mutweri.
I vote yes.
Honorable Kionga Joshua Methiaru.
I vote yes. Kaende.
Honorable Lucy McKenna Jackson.
For the sake of good governance, I vote yes.
Honorable Martin Kimathi Muriongi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Martin Kome Itonga.
Yes.
Honorable Morris Ntarangwe Itomito.
On behalf of people of Akrangon-Duant, I vote yes.
Honorable Nele Mokami.
I vote yes.
Honorable Nicholas Kenya Josephat.
On behalf of the people of Nyakis, I vote on the affirmative.
Honorable Patrick.
Please, Honorable Muna, the standing orders are very clear. It is either aye, a nay, or abstain.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Patrick Kadurima Ntururu.
For the sake of people of Tima West, I vote yes.
Honorable Patrick Muduri Muredi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Patrick Mutuma.
I vote yes.
Honorable Patrick Mwirigi Muriuki.
For the sake of the people of Tunene, I vote yes.
Honorable Paul Damiano Muchui.
Kwa niaba ya watu wa Igoji East napiga ndio.
Honorable Ruby Tonia Nazareth.
I vote yes.
Honorable Ruth Kananu Lemunge.
I vote yes.
Honorable Sarome Kerito Mutua.
I vote yes for good governance and leadership.
Honorable Sarah Gaki Kaberia.
Napiga ndio.
Honorable Secondina Kanini Bundi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Cyrus Medeka Ntomucheke.
I vote yes.
Honorable Simon Kiambi Ngaroni. Okay. Honorable Sophia Kajuju Meme.
I vote yes.
Honorable Stephen Gakure Nchebere.
I vote yes for the sake of all those who have been humiliated by the governor, for the people of Meru who are crying. I vote yes.
Honorable Stephen Kaire Mbijewe.
For the people of Kangeta, I vote yes.
Honorable Harun Guantai Duranera.
I vote yes.
Honorable Timothy Mutweri Joshua.
I vote yes.
Honorable Titus Muredi Mutira.
Kwa niaba ya nafsi yangu na watu wa Igembe East napiga ndio.
Honorable Zipora Gaki Manyara.
I vote yes.
And then Honorable Zipora Kinya.
I vote yes.
Thank you, honourable members. Honourable members, from our records, every member present has voted. However, I will avail the opportunity for any member present who had not been conned or who has not voted to do so. There being none, honourable members, it now appears to me that all members who are present and who wish to vote have done so. Therefore, I now direct that the clerk reads out the result of the vote. Clerk, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The members that have voted aye are 67. Then there are 2 members that are absent. There is no nay or abstinence.
Thank you, honourable members. I wish now to declare the results. And in this juncture, the ayes are voted 67, the nay is 0, the abstain is 0, and those present were 2. Those absent were 2. Honourable members, I wish to declare the ayes have it, and the Governor of Meru, Honorable Bishop Kawira Mwangaza, stand impeached with the Meru County Assembly. Thank you, honourable members. Thank you, honourable members. Honourable members, I now wish that we go back to order number 7, that is statement. And in that order, we have a further response that was supposed to have been a statement that was requested that starting further response to statement number 1 of 2022, sought by Honorable Sekondina Kanini Bundi on Wednesday, 23rd November 2022, from the Chairperson Secretarial Committee on County Finance and ICT on the status of revenue collection within Meru County. And this statement was supposed to have been brought by Honorable Mutevia Kibuko, Chairperson Secretarial Committee on County Finance and ICT. And in this regard, I want to give these directions on the same. Thank you. Order number 7.
Order number 7, statements.
Thank you, honourable members. We have a further response to the statement number 1 of 2022, sought by Honourable Sekondina Kanini Bundi on Wednesday, 23rd November 2022, from the Chairperson Secretarial Committee on County Finance and ICT on the status of revenue correction within Meru County. And this response is supposed to be brought by Honorable Kare Mutevia Kibuko, Chairperson Secretarial Committee on County Finance and ICT. Please, Honorable Kibuko, you can take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to give a statement that was requested, but still I'm requesting for extension of time so that we can table the statement, and if you allow me, I'll read. Extension of time to table a response to statement. The Sectoral Committee on County Finance and ICT wishes to request extension of time by 1 month to submit its further response to the statement on the status of revenue collection in Meru County. The time allocated for this not sufficient to analyze the matter and request for further response by the committee. Your kind consideration will be highly appreciated. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I request to read the statement.
Who has written the letter?
Sorry, the letter, it's written by me to the, it's from the chairman, sectoral committee, to the speaker of the assembly.
Why would you be seeking for an extension?
It is the time, because, Mr. Speaker, the time we requested the statement from the finance department, they delayed, and we were not able to get the statement in time. So we were requesting, if at all this house can allow us more time, we engage the person responsible from the finance department. We have not been able to reach them from that department.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Chair, Caleb, you know, these are public documents that are supposed to be given when they are requested to do so. And this one being a further statement, I'll give these directions that the clerk, you give summons to the elected involved to appear in person to the committee on 21st, 12th, 2022, that is Wednesday at 10 a.m. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 9, adjournment.
Thank you, honourable members. This House stand adjourned up to Tuesday, 20